Hey guys, it's Renee. I wanted to let you guys in on the best kept secret in fragrance. If you're about supporting black business and smelling good while you're doing it, make sure you hit up Pulse Point Coven Oils on Etsy or on Instagram. That's Pulse Point Coven Oils. Pulse period. POINT period. COVEN period. OILS. That's Pulse Point Coven Oils. You're now tuned into the Urban Social Scientist Show. I am your host, Renee, along with my co host.
Dre in the building.
What's up? All right, guys. We're going to be chopping up some game tonight. So, Dre, what's our topic?
So our topic, should we celebrate, what I'm talking about should black women celebrate Women's Month? Cause child, I think it's white women's month. What you
Because
think?
it is Women's Month. And let's get the White Latinas Woman Month, too. So,
Yes. And as you all know, if you are alive and well or if you hashtag woke, you've been peeping what's going on in the news, child. I don't know what to say about these white women. Don't lost their everlasting mind for the umpteenth time in our lifetime and our grandma's lifetime. And it's truly women's month. It's their month. It's not our month. And we about to drop some gems on y'all because I don't think y'all are truly understanding the climate we're in. What would you say about that, Renee?
I 100% agree with you because as we get further on into the show, we're going to be talking about how basically white women nag their white men to give them recognition, and then they just kind of forget that black women are even in the mix.
Correct. And hence why we have Women's Month. And let's just get into it because I did a little Googles. Y'all know I like to say Googles because everyone's like, child, go to Google. And I did my Googles this week on this whole Women's Month thing. And y'all got it twisted out here. If you are consider yourself Native Black woman and you out here celebrating this White Women's Month. So let me break down the knowledge. So Women's Month was actually started in 1987
Yes.
by Congress. Okay. And
Yeah.
I looked up the founders. All white women.
One with
One
some Goya powder sprinkled on top of her.
right. So she's white. She white. She's got a little, salsa, merengue going on there. And it kind of reminded me of because I live in the South now. Renee live in the South too. Daughters
Yep.
of the Confederate.
Yeah.
And I had to
Yeah.
clutch my pearls when I saw the pictures. And I said, this is some daughters of Confederate type of ish. And y'all out here talking about, I'm celebrating me too, child. But y'all didn't even celebrate. I didn't see no type of Black History facts, no
Exactly.
celebration from that. We have amazing Black women. Besides your mother, if you think your mother is a shero, I think my mom is. I mean, we got Fannie Lou Hamer. I don't see
Yep.
y'all celebrating her. I don't see y'all celebrating the Sada Secure. I don't see y'all celebrating many black women, period. But y'all out here celebrating Women's Month. Go ahead, Renee. Take it to church for us.
Let's just say the founder of because it wasn't always Women's History Month. It started off as Women's History Week, and it was
Mm-hmm.
this woman. Her name was Molly McGregor. She was a
Mm-hmm.
really late blooming feminist, and she was working at Bank of America, and I want to say 1964, and she had a male colleague that started at the same time as her, and he asked her, how are you surviving on $400 a month? And she was like dumbfounded because she wasn't living on $400 a month. She was getting $280 a check. And when she asked upper management about it, they told her that, well, customers don't like to see a woman in authority. So there goes your quintessential white woman, white man hating each other dichotomy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then we also forget too, where do the wealth is hold via households, not by individuals. So we talking about white women who, like you mentioned before, they nagging these white men. They live in the household their mommy and daddy bought or invested in or was inherited to. And while you out here celebrating their month, you have no wealth and you don't have a husband or whatever who have wealth. And you over here talking about, I'm a woman too. Yeah, listen to me. And was your mama working at Bank of America? Or was she a housekeeper there? Or was she a janitor? This woman was in what type of position she held?
I don't even remember what kind of position she held. All I could see that she worked at Bank of America, so I'm guessing she was either some kind of teller or maybe like a really low level loan officer.
Mm. That was keeping your family out from getting a loan, a business loan, a mortgage, a car loan. Well, car loans are kind of easy to get because they depreciate, but anything that's going to create wealth.
Yeah.
But
Or give,
celebrating this month that
or give you
McGregor.
apples.
They wouldn't give you the steam off their coffee, but you
Yeah.
out here celebrating the month. Hmm.
So,
Then we
after,
had.
oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say,
Then go ahead. No, go ahead, cause we about to go in. We getting litty over here with this topic.
right, because her along with five other white women, like we said, they developed a curriculum and hosted events for over a week that had to do with women, and they had a couple musical guests who I'm assuming is like a white woman singing in a sundress with strumming a guitar, and a couple other speakers that came through. And then so local government gave them Women's History Week. And then Molly mailed a proposal to the federal government. And Jimmy Carter, who was the president at the time, he signed it into Women's History Week into legislator. And then after further petitioning, aka nagging their white men, their white husbands, 1987 gave the entire month of March to Women's History.
Right. Exactly. But you don't hear about anything else going on in March but Women's History Month. And me being a social worker, it's Social Worker Month too, which was pretty much created by a white woman. And we'll get into that much later on.
Right.
You hear more of women, and I see it on my timeline, celebrating Women's History Month. And the thing that really bugged me, last Friday, it was International Women's Month.
Oof. International Women's Day.
Day, month, yeah, day. And we always hear, oh, intersectionality and oh, blah, 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 blah. But why y'all only got a day?
Because you got to make them feel special some kind of way.
Right. So y'all have it, and I'm saying y'all because I'm excluding myself because I don't celebrate it, and just because we have vaginas, we have ovaries, we have a uterus, you know,
Hell, at this point in history, anybody can say they a woman.
exactly. And so, does that mean that the films can celebrate? Does that mean they're excluded? Does it mean it's going to be those who identify as black, they can celebrate? Who can celebrate? And so this is just very interesting timing. And I'm noticing a lot of this whole intersectionality, I'm a woman, hear me roar, Me Too movement, and some of
No,
these.
no. But
Go
listen to
ahead.
what you just said. I'm a woman, hear me roar. That's the white feminist battle cry. And then you said me too. That's just like highlighting black women in their quest of being sexually mistreated and dominated.
Right.
So I'm a woman, hear me roar, and then me too. Hmm.
Exactly. And then we and Me Too, child. That's what you have to do. Me Too, child. So that's for the black women. And then you guys who celebrate this month get very upset when, women like ourselves are like pushing back because this is a feminist agenda. And you get all in your feelings because we calling it out because it's excluding you. So here goes that, oh, I'm inclusive, we're being inclusive. Look at all the marches, Me Too. Let's look at all these whole movements, the Women's March. They don't even want your black self out there. They want to use you as a tool. So you're a tool for white supremacy once again. Then
Exactly.
you go
Because they
home.
put all the black women up front to go
Correct.
get by the police while they're in the back politicking with the white male counterpart. They're looking to break
Exactly.
even in the middle.
Exactly. And all it is just slavery with a different name, because we often forget we had white women who were slave owners themselves who
Yes,
was
because
doing
back
the same thing.
and who was going to be in charge if his son was too young? His wife.
His wife, who was equally as foul, grimy, or a little bit more grimy than the actual husband. And we
Yes.
often forget how white women alone, Martha Washington, inherit slaves from her first husband, hence why George Washington, she was like, hey, if I die, you're going to inherit my slaves. So do your Googles. We're not sitting here just, oh, we're just kicking the breeze. Like, we do our actual research. But you guys still don't learn. We still out here, me too, child, and and yes, Miss Ann, and whatever you say while you getting racially discriminated on your job.
Mm-hmm.
You they over here snitching on you, and just doing all type of foul stuff, but you guys are still out here caping for them. I don't understand the psychology in that.
And let's really talk about the 10 concepts of the International Women's Day. Uh,
Yes.
They call themselves the suffragettes, which is like
Mm.
the bastard child of the suffragist, excuse me. Um, and they say that anybody they can have men suffragettes, which is just completely bonkers to me because that doesn't make any sense. But here's what they like to pride themselves on: justice, and they say that justice differs across different cultures. I'm like,
Mm.
justice is different across cultures. How so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what might be justice for the white woman is not justice for the black woman. That's basically what I got from that.
Right.
And then they like to talk about dignity, and they said people have a right to be valued, respected, and receive ethical treatment. What is ethics? What is ethical?
Mm-hmm.
That they define. How do they define ethical treatment?
Correct.
Then they say hope. Yeah, just like Obama gave us.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That hope dealers, they the hope dealers in the building.
Let's see, hope their hope uh, slogan is campaigning for a better world where women are treated equally. But women as a gender in itself are not treated equally. You have white women, brown women, and then black women who everybody has to step on to get on top.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we be equal in that regard unless we're gonna just wipe a clean slate, which is not going to happen.
Correct. Definitely
Then,
not gonna happen.
yeah, and then they talk about equality. They
Mm.
want women to get the same opportunities as men, which is stupid for a black woman to even say that because she has more opportunities than her man. When the
Mm-hmm.
woman, that's her internal quarrel with her man.
Correct. And also too, like you said, black women have more opportunities than the brothers, because look at the brothers. Mass incarceration took that away.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Then they have something called collaboration. They say that it's power in unity and they unify with self-identified male feminist. So that's the non-alpha white male
Mm-hmm.
together with let's say a beta white male getting together with an alpha white female. That's that dynamic that they're going to create to further themselves politically away from black women. And I don't say And I don't say brown woman in that as well because she has more opportunity to marry white and elevate herself as well.
Exactly. Because they can go which way. They can pass for white.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And then they say tenacity. So, and then from that, they say deeds, not words. And I'm like, okay, this is a con game. Let's all remember that the white supremacists are the master deceivers, okay? So
Exactly.
we have to really pay attention to the words that they use around us.
Mm. And how they use the words to weaponize us too.
Exactly.
And I think
And
a
they,
lot of times we get caught up in the buzzwords, the inclusive and the equity. I'm surprised they didn't say anything about equity because that's a big buzzword that goes around in the feminist movement. Oh, we want to have, equity, like in the house, like like equity where in your home, being a homeowner, because we can't even be in that conversation either.
right. And then they say appreciation. And they want to talk about the successful achievements of women everywhere, and they want women to have be appreciated for the role that they play in society. But what do white women do in society besides lie?
Exactly. Like, what achievements have they really achieved? Like you said, besides lie, manipulate, get black men and women killed,
Yeah.
and they're not advocating
Or-
for any of that. Hmm.
And then I literally laughed out loud when I read this one because their next point is respect. And it was respect for others and respect for self. And I'm like, really? And they want to forge gender equality,
Mm.
and they really want to. They were really talking about respecting the diversity amongst women, which they really don't. So this is just empty words. And the last two, you're gonna laugh.
Right.
Empathy. They say they want to share feelings with women of other social statuses, which I basically interpreted that as they get off on hearing how black people are suffering. So black torture porn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final one, you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
You ready? Forgiveness.
I had to take a deep breath and meditate for 2 seconds. Forgiveness. Do they have
Forgiveness.
that in their vocabulary?
Have that. Yes, it's banding together to make positive change for all women. I'm like, girl, bye.
Child by forgiveness, empathy.
Hmm.
Child, they must have took social work 101 and got them words. They need to have several seats out our face. They don't have no type of empathy or forgiveness in their soul.
No.
But yeah, for those who are not clear on who you are, that was my big topic for today. Being clear on you are, and when you just like confused and you get befuddled, beloved, by the words, then you're like, yes, they're talking about me. No, boo.
They not.
Because when they be marching down to the HR and getting you fired, where's the empathy and forgiveness on that? Because you was 2 minutes late, but they come strolling up in there late every day.
Bringing their coffee, bringing everything. They had to stop and get coffee and some graze on some kale or whatever the hell they eat. I don't know.
Exactly. So that all that is a lie. Lies, lies, lies. And the thing that killed me about some of our sisters, we love to throw this around. We the most educated, but y'all the most brokest too.
Yep.
And I'm
So
not talking about
yeah,
broke money, but I'm talking about holistically broke.
yeah, but what does that say about the education con game that they run on black people forever? Go to college, get your degree, this, that, and the other, and everything will be fine. And so many of us have done that, and we're not okay.
Exactly. For instance, good point that you mentioned that. Just me doing the type of work that I do, come across different type of folk, going to HBCUs, going to PWIs. It's very interesting how a lot of these white students, and as you see in the news this week, their mommy and daddy bribe their way through certain schools.
Yeah.
Don't have the skills, say, don't have the skills, but they in somebody's university while they telling us what's the cliche, you gotta work 10 times harder to get half of what they have. And like
Yeah.
you said, it's a con game. Then they don't even know how to, as my mother said, get out the back door. Not door, the door. They don't know how to get out the back door or know how to use the copier. But
Yeah.
yeah, here you go with 50 million degrees and you only making $20,000 if you even get in the door,
Yeah.
right? So where's the empathy for that? Where's the forgiveness for that? None. And then don't let me talk about academia. Don't let me even just touch academia.
Touch it.
Oh, I'm gonna touch it. So all the people I know, they breaking in, whatever, to get a PhD, like we talked about last week. They go work at these white conglomerates and get pooped on every day. Prime example, I have a friend went got her PhD, did dope work at a white conglomerate. Guess how much
Okay.
she only get paid? thirty
I,
thousand.
I was about to say 17 an hour, so yeah.
But when I had advocated or suggested, hey, why don't you look into HBCU? Oh no, I would never work at an HBCU. Okay, well keep getting pooped on and keep thinking old girl Becky and Sarah is going to save you.
And
Going back
Trip, Skipper.
exactly, and Chad, and you over there, yes, yes. Oh my God, I arrived. Then you look at their paycheck, you look at yours, you look at how you live, you look at how you like. Hold on, the con game is on me,
Yeah. Because
and sometimes I don't
you
have
do more work.
empathy for people like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, they just want you to do more work for less money. Is basically.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have they're the same ones as the person I mentioned. They're the same ones um that is doing the kumbaya moment. That's like, yes, I'm marching with you, Sarah. We're gonna do arm in arm. But Sarah's not gonna leave. She's not gonna lay down her life for you. No.
No. No, because you're black mammy. You're supposed to do it for them.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's a con game, as you mentioned, going to these schools and coming out with negative wealth, negative worth. And it was an article, forgot the name of the article, was saying how these white folks are living off, I call it old slave money. I don't care anybody said inheritance is old slave money.
Yeah.
Living off of old slave money. It ain't us, it's them. But yet, you want to have empathy, you want to have forgiveness. That's a lie. And you want to have intersectionality. That's another lie. And wasn't it a black woman that coined that term?
Yes, it was. It was a black.
Crenshaw?
Yes, yes, you got it. Yeah, she intersectionality because you can't do this and do that. That was I like to call that bedwench babble
It is.
because that is all intersectionality is. I'm black and a woman, but I'm gonna put being a woman first, and because I'm putting being a woman first, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put a pink pussy hat on and march on Washington D.C. Man, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yes. Facts. Please
leave that to them.
leave it. Look, leave the fuckery to them. Cause
Yeah,
your ass is gonna get pummeled. I remember reading an article about the when they marched in Washington D.C. and how when it was time for them to go home and they was on the metro, how them white women was kicking them black women's ass off that damn metro.
yeah, they were. What the hell did you think was gonna happen? I read that
And
article too.
and the comments are just and I read them in a different voice. I don't read them in my voice.
Of course.
Because I just think it's funny. I need the humor. I always have to laugh at something. And the black woman's like, "Oh my God, I just marched with Sarah and her crew, and they did this to me." I'm like, Shaniqua, come on. And no disrespect to stereotype names because, hey, we have them.
Right.
Shanika, what you think was going to happen? That she was going to go to her crib in Arlington or Alexandria and, y'all going to have, wine? No.
No,
You
she's going
was the
home to
agenda.
she's going home to her husband. That white feminist is going home to her husband, who's going to ask her if she had a good time at the parade. Like, come.
Exactly. But some of us haven't grasped that concept yet. Okay, for instance, and this is a good segue. Did you read the article about the black woman in Georgia that got killed at an
No.
all-white sleepover with all
Oh,
white
yeah,
women?
yeah. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That made me cringe. That pissed me off.
That really pissed me off. And also, too, the county in Georgia, Forsyth, is notoriously racist. I think they had Oprah running out of there. Oprah went to go do a segment down there. This is like back in the days when Oprah had her show. They
Yeah.
had Oprah and her camera crew on the run. I'm not talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z on the run. I'm talking about sundown town. You better get your beep, beep, beep up out of here.
I remember, this is a true story. I was driving uh up to South Carolina.
Hmm.
Got lost in Georgia, like in Atlanta, because Atlanta is huge. You have this big it goes from a 2-lane highway to a 4-lane to a 6-lane to a 10.
Hmm.
Crazy, okay? So I got lost. I went down the wrong street. I end up somewhere. I'm driving my little college car or whatever. I'm seeing people driving Bentleys and stuff.
Hmm.
And I get pulled over by the cops, and they're like, they're checking my license and registration. I'm like, dude, I'm literally just going home for summer, I
Hmm.
go visit some family for the summer, man. I'm just leaving school. And so they let me go with a warning. So I was like, what the hell are you warning me from? But that was before my eyes were open to racial disparities.
Hmm. You probably was in a Forsyth, whatever it's called, county.
Yeah.
You probably was like one street over, because I think it's like really, it's a fine line. I think it's like literally a street or two that make or break like Forsyth County and I want to say DeKalb County.
Yeah, and then there's Decatur and all that stuff. So yeah.
Exactly. And when reading that article really broke my heart. I said, this lady had, I get the black woman had intentions. Like, yes, I have good intentions. Yes, I'm going to have this camaraderie with the other football moms. You can't trust that.
No. And nobody knows what happened, and that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. So you guys were all in there drinking wine, so they probably laced her wine with something, had their white husbands come down and probably sexually assault her.
Mm-hmm.
Which what I'm thinking that they had white people, white men, probably the women too, because you know how they get down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that they sexually assaulted her, and then it went too far and she died.
Exactly. Because it was like, how did the men get involved if this was a quote unquote all women retreat sleepover? Because it was
Yeah,
about like two or three white men involved. And once Chad and them come through, they're the bastards of the party. It's a
yeah.
wrap. So that really sets tone to, if and make sure y'all do y'all Googles on this. And y'all still celebrating Women's Month. Y'all still celebrating the Daughters of Confederate. Yes, I'm calling it that. And you still caping for feminism and not thinking you could be the next victim of white supremacy, which you are, but your life can be taken and they will get away with it once again.
Man, I want to talk about Janelle Monáe.
I used to love her. I used to love her music. I
Yeah,
used to love her music when I was living in Chicago at the time and I was going through a tough time. And I played the hell out. I think it was an Arch Android or something like that. I killed that album. And she just like, but I don't think it was, I think it was slowly coming though. It was slowly but surely in
if
our
you
face.
if you listen to the music, you can kind of tell. Okay, this was the end game for her. But I don't know, man. Every time I see her, she's talking some feminist shit, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right. I don't think she knows what she's talking about.
I don't think so either. She just up there, she babble, and then she go off with Tessa Thompson, and they do God knows what. So hey, you know.
Yeah. And she just really, and I knew that whole I am open with my sexuality. I knew that was coming. It's just, how you can just look at some people and be like, it's coming. And I was looking at her like, it's coming, because that whole sexuality was getting challenged. And with Tessa Thompson, she's just a weirdo to me. Look weird. And I was like, yeah. And I didn't even
Play
watch any of those
role.
videos. People were like, oh my God, this is like an amazing artistic video. I'm like, no, they're just like, we're skipping through the valley. We're skipping through the feminist valley together. I love you. I'm gonna love dudes too. I'm gonna love everyone, because yeah, I'm just in Hollywood and I gotta get more acting roles and get the bag. That's how I summed it up.
Yeah, I think you summed that up pretty nicely.
I gotta get the bag by these necessary. So I'm just gonna say yes. I'm not gonna put a title to what I'm doing. I'm gonna run through the valleys with Tessa and with whoever else.
All right, back to the show.
Yes, guys, we could go on like a tangent. We be like going. So back to the show. Correct. So what else? What else we got going on?
Let's see. We've talked about the history of it. We've talked about International Women's Day. We've talked about the intersectionality hustle. What else is left about March? Oh, they're prepping for April. The white supremacists love the month of April.
What's going on in April?
It's Hitler's birthday.
Lord have mercy on our soul, child.
They always do something fucked up to black people in April. I want to say Mike Brown was killed in April.
I think so too. And see, like, people don't is not hip to like month and timing and dates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
because isn't Easter coming up and all that mess?
yes, yes, all that stuff.
Mm. And you have to pay attention to like these holidays and what they're in alignment with too.
But
And
the
I think
European
a lot of people, yes. Wow. You just like dropped a real gem. Everyone, do your Googles about April and see what like foul, messed up stuff, because you gotta protect your neck. Protect your neck out here, man. You got me like stunned. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, wow, she really like went there. Go ahead.
they're prepping for Hitler's birthday because you're gonna be seeing a lot of little funny style stuff, little videos popping up of black people being harassed even more so than right now.
Hmm. So protect yourselves out here. Protect yourselves out here, because it's coming. It's coming, and they getting revved up too. So who knows what else is gonna come? The way that the climate's changing, it's something funky in the air.
It
Something
really is.
in the air. And I keep telling people that they're looking at me weird. I'm like, it's something funky in the air, but you can keep looking at me sideways. Don't say that you didn't know.
Yeah, but let's see what else is the month of March in women's history, women's whatever this is month. Do you say that this is a wink and a smile and covert feminism?
It is, because I'm seeing too many. I'm seeing a shift that I haven't seen in my years of living. Like, this feminism movement is like, it is just revved up. Okay, for instance, the the on site slaughtering of black men. And I'm
Hmm.
not meaning far as with murdering. I'm talking about murdering character, assassinating character.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
that is blatant. If you are clear on who you are, clear on who's behind this, between, and yes, R. Kelly's foul, not advocating, but you got the Michael Jackson thing popping up, Oprah doing the interviews on that. You got her homegirl Gail. Then when I don't know if you watched the interview with R. Kelly and when they had like the aftermath with her crew, and the
No.
white women was like, "Oh my God, Gail." You see, I have to do their voice. "Oh my God, Gail, I was so afraid for you. Are you okay? Was you okay?" And Gail was really just like, "Yeah." She was just putting on. And I wanted to like slap her because y'all, I'm like, why everyone else, why Gail and Oprah, y'all the only two that's doing these interviews? You don't see these white folks doing it because there are tools for white supremacy. If y'all don't know that by now,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. And then folks are caping for Oprah. "Oh my God, Oprah, like you was so amazing." But people are also dragging her and Gail, and I'm here for it.
Man, the thing is, Oprah is paying back a debt of what she owes because she's clicked in with all those like Hollywood news reporters and like tabloids and stuff like this, and they buried that story of Oprah's father and his sex assault down at a
Mhm.
Tennessee state. So they're probably like, "Oprah, we allow you to have this money. Do you want us to take it, Oprah?" And she says, "No, white daddy." So.
Cause white daddy, that's who they gotta appease to him. And they're the mammies, they're the auntie Jemimas, and they gotta, no white daddy, so it's y'all have to really pay attention to this feminist movement. And I remember I had gotten to this really ill like debate and almost fist fight, and I'm like, nah, you too classy for that.
Wait,
Um,
what?
yeah, about feminist movement on my
Was it
Facebook, and
was it with
it
a
was
black?
black women trying to come at me
Mm.
because they were like, "You caping for black men and they're trash." And I mean, even my freshman year roommate was kind of like, you kind of trash. Why are you caping for black men?" And I'm like, "You was raised by your father and your mom."
I don't understand that. How do you call them black trash?
And she's like, "Oh no, Andrea, like they are." And I'm looking like, "Your dad paid for your whole entire." Okay, I'm so confused. I'm like, but once again, you work for a white conglomerate,
Yeah, they
so
got.
the agenda's out. Go ahead. What was you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I don't understand that. It's like, how can these black women, monoracial black women, say black men are trash when they have two black parents, regardless of the relationship with the father or not? You here because of a black man,
Right, you wasn't here. You didn't. Your mama didn't go to a sperm bank.
right? Your mom didn't jump on the first white thing she saw just to have a light skinned baby.
Right. So you have a lot of that. Like if you look at your timeline and if you still friends with folks you went to, undergrad school with, grad school with, whatever, there you can slowly see this agenda like shifting, especially if they went to some white conglomerate for grad school or they worked for some white conglomerate nonprofit or university. And I'm noticing it's the ones in academia that I know.
Oh no, you're not even off the ball. Like that is 100% accurate. Academia black people, they're under a microscope already, so of course they're going to have to sit up here and go along with whatever dominant society is hot about right now, which is R. Kelly, which is what everybody black knew for 20, 30 years. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, getting into, and I have to really check myself on um getting my blood pressure up over people who I know they already decided who they're gonna rock with. So I said, don't come to me um when it's get hot. Don't forget, like, oh yeah, you know what? I am black. Yo, let me no. No, like you already decided who you want to side with, and then you want to try to infiltrate other people's minds and say, "Well, black men are trash." It's this whole feminist movement, and I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from. For instance, your girl, we went to Twitter battles, and we was talking about her, Amanda Seales.
that thing.
She lied on old boy and said, "Yeah, and then she had to retract her statement, and she's like one of the biggest tools for feminism.
Yeah,
Your
she is.
other, oh God, and your other girl, what's her name? Jamila. Lord have mercy.
Jamila Lemieux, who set up
Yes,
blue hair in Surviving R. Kelly.
Yes.
That fool.
And they're the main ones. Happy whatever Women's History Month. You're like, child, if you don't get out my face with your feminism, and
And
sometimes
it's like,
they're low key lesbians.
yeah. Oh no, that's all. Feminism is.
They
For
either
what?
love white men or they low key lesbian.
Look, they either want some pink peen or some fire crotch white woman that doesn't care who she's sleeping with, but only black people can extinguish that fire. That's feminism in a nutshell.
Child, and we're gonna do our segment on the pink peen because it's totally out of control. This is getting so out of control that I'm like, we have to do at least like 2 episodes on that.
At least, girl, we can do segments.
Yes. So, but this feminism is out of control. They done stole it from I mean, even just with the whole Me Too movement, what was the young lady's name they stole it from? Tariana Burke.
Yeah, Tariana, something like that, Bird.
Yeah, and I mean, like they just placed. Oh, okay, yeah, you know what? We'll just use you. Oh, we use you. Here we go with the forgiveness, right? Um, I
Did
guess
you
I'm
peep
gonna
that?
forgive you. So we're going to put you on Time Magazine.
Hey, did you peep when she went off on Twitter when a lot of ADOS black people were like, well, why don't we talk about this white sex predator and this white sex criminal and this white sex fiend? And she went off on a tirade saying it's not her job to go after white men.
No,
You didn't see that?
no, I'm going to go. I'm going to go look at. I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, she went off on a tirade about how it wasn't her job to put the spotlight on white men sex behavior. Like, really? But this all inclusive, right? Okay.
Very interesting, and I when I read her work, since you said that, man, I'm gonna have to like really change my stance on how I feel about her now because she was doing dope work. She actually, was in undergrad school in Alabama. And
Really?
she was doing a lot of dope work out of Selma, Alabama, which we need to do a segment on as well. And she was doing work with black girls and women who were sexually assaulted. And I said, wow, that's how Me Too actually was birthed in Selma. So, all that rich history in Selma. Um, she actually attended Alabama State, but I think her transition happened when she transitioned out of Alabama State because she didn't finish and she ended up enrolling at Auburn, which is another. Oh Lord, I can talk about Auburn for like 5 episodes. Um, and that's what she said. Oh, I came into myself, and I came into advocacy at Auburn. And I'm like, that's a lie, because when I read about your work, you was doing work in pretty much in the impoverished city of, Selma with all these black women and these and black girls, but you crediting Auburn University. But it's none of my business. But the receipts are out there. This is what you said, and now but it's once again, she must have had got her mind all messed up and confused with some white women at Auburn, and they're probably like, yes, but me too. And then she's like, yeah. So we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, what deals are being exchanged, right?
Yeah, but
Who,
they always give black people a leader, give black people somebody black to look at and say, be like this person.
right? And be very careful when you see that. And I think a lot of times we're not careful and we just jump. We cape for them, but
Yeah.
not when they have another agenda underneath there that they're the tool for white supremacy. There was a check being cut. There's some deals being, made behind closed doors. As my mother and my grandmother always say, like, when you sleeping, white folks are out here trying to figure out how they gonna take what's yours too.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that's why when I see this whole Women's Month and Me Too, they out here, I call it scamming and scheming. They scamming and scheming on black women and who's gullible to join us and who they're gonna be the work mule. Cause we forget. that a lot of us are work mules, and then we don't have a problem. Then we like, oh, I'm sick of voting for Doug Jones. All the
Yeah,
black women voted for him, and we tired of being the work mules. Nah, y'all about to be the work mules again in 2020.
pretty much.
And on your job, you still a work mule on your job, and you only bring it home. What'd you say? 15, $17 an hour.
If you're getting that much.
If you're getting that much, and with a master's degree.
Hmm. But they don't care though. I mean, like they're just so happy to have a seat at the table, which is something that black people got to stop caring about.
Oh Lord, I'm
We
so
got
sick of
all
hearing about
the,
that.
we got all the skills. Build our own damn table.
I had said that one time, and people like, what? But we gotta be inclusive. No, we don't. They're not inclusive when it comes to us.
All right,
We
look at
gotta make
affirmative
this new
action.
one. Bring a folding chair. What?
No, like that's slave logic.
We gonna bring a folding chair and we gonna invite them to the barbecue too?
Oh, I can't stand that phrase. And look at this white boy. He danced almost on beat. He like black people. Bring him to the cookout, bitch.
Ah, thank you, child. He ain't coming to your cookout with his dry ass potato salad. He don't even know how to make potato salad. You want them folks to come to your barbecue?
Well, that's because, like, let's be honest, man. When it comes to stuff like that, black people are looking for a lot of exotic sex.
Oh, mmm, exotic sex. Yikes.
Black people, they think that they can end white supremacy by fucking their way out of it, but it doesn't work like that because there was tons of fucking, even more so than it is now, going on the plantation, and we
Mm-hmm.
still got white supremacy. So, I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
Exactly. Exactly. Damn, you killed that. Like you really killed that, man. And then we also forget too. So going back to feminism and going back to white women, I pulled up this article that I want everyone to do their Googles on. You know, you mentioned exotic sex and you mentioned, white conglomerates and going to their schools. And y'all love to hold hands and, don't have an agenda for these women marches. But here's the agenda for your ass real quick. White women's role in school segregation.
Talk about it.
Let's take a moment of silence to talk about. Let me pull up this really. So go do your Googles on it and listen to this. White women have long played a role in maintaining institutional racism in this country. But y'all have it, y'all kumbaya and we wearing the pussy hats and we having exotic sex with Becky and them. But while you doing that, and then y'all doing the pillow talk, and like I said, what my mama and my grandmother said, they asses are plotting against your ass.
Exactly. How can you fight white supremacy in the daytime and then wake up and then go to sleep with it?
Yeah, and then they're gonna make sure their children, because think about it, white women and let me back up. Over 73% of black women are in the workplace.
Hmm.
White women, their number's not even touching ours because they're stay-at-home moms. So guess what? When you're a stay-at-home mom and you on the PCA and you're baking your gluten-free, organic, air, tasteless brownies, they over here talking about, I don't want my child going to school with these niggas.
That's exactly what they're saying.
Hence, especially if you live in the South, and you can attest to this, you see all these Christian schools.
Yeah, that were the off children of desegregation of the schools. So they just say, well, we'll just make a private school, call it Christian, and price the niggas out of it.
Mm-hmm. Correct. And you guys still trying to cater for them, but they do not want your children going to school. Okay, let's look at let me read this really quick. This happened to a white New Orleans family. It says allegations of racial passing compromise the entire student body's ability to secure either marriage into a good family or respectable employment. This particular person wrote, the incident prompted an emergency meeting of the Board of Public School Directors and the transfer of the colored children to different
What year was
schools.
this?
Oh, I'm going to send you this report.
Please do.
The board also immediately voted to fire Bigot, By enrolling colored children, Bigot had violated her role as social mom, which was to protect who? White children.
Hmm.
So, and this
Hmm.
is the thing too. This is the thing where I'm from. We talked about me being from New England. They have this program, particularly where I'm from, in Massachusetts. And they have this program called MECO. MECO is pretty much to bust your black ADOS children because you feel Boston public schools or any type of schools not providing the quality of education, despite you paying this high ass tax, Massachusetts. You send your children to these white suburb. Oh, and they have a social mom. So that's what prompted this discussion. They have a social mom. You busting your children out as young as 4 years old. 4 years old. 4 years old. You busting your child out 2 hours away from where you live at. You
And if
tell
something
them with
happens,
racism, sexual abuse, all type of abuse. But the social mom is saying your child have a problem. The social mom is assigned to your child. While you working 3 jobs because you're trying to maintain your life in Boston or whatever. And what did I just read here? The social mom was like, F you, I'm protecting these white kids, not your little quote unquote color child. But yet,
oh,
y'all
mom, I've
taking
never
for
heard of that. Social.
oh, it is real in the field. Social mom.
That sounds like some slave shit. Like, okay, now when you go work in the big house, you gonna call the Mrs. Mama. She gonna be your social mom.
Hmm.
That's the feeling I get from that.
Oh, definitely, no doubt. And just reading what I read, and who's the social mom protecting? The white children. They're not protecting the black children. So I want you all to really do your Googles of who started this whole segregation busing. It wasn't the white men, because they're the breadwinners. They at work. They're like, Susan, you're gonna go out there and you're going to protest busing because we cannot have our children, little Becky, go to school with these, jungle babies.
Yeah.
But y'all still caping for them. Okay. Interesting. So yes, I will send you this link.
Let's post that in the group too. Let's
We
post
will
that.
post this in the group. So for those who's listening, make sure that you follow us on Facebook at the Urban Social Scientists, and we will posting all these links in the group because we want you all to have the knowledge. We want you all to have the knowledge and pretty much so you can have the data, you can have the research instead of you like, so when Becky and them try to get ill with you, guess what? Weaponize them with the information you have.
Weaponize everything. You
Yes.
pick up a fight skill, or at least learn how to throw a proper punch because I mean, they weaponized everything. White women have effectively weaponized womanhood. All they
Mm-hmm.
have to do is cry, and here comes the cavalry. And the cavalry isn't going to gaffle you up. They're going to get your man, and then they're going to rape you.
Yep.
That's the name of the game.
And you know what? I love when you said to learn how to throw a punch. That's why I'm in the gym 5 days a week. I lift weights. Cause y'all come from me. Oh, it's on. And I tell black women, and see some of y'all be like, oh, but my hair, girl, you better put a scarf on. You think they care about their hair? No,
Right.
they up in there, they looking at me like, damn, wow, like she lifting that. I ain't paying attention to you because I got something for you trying to run up on me. And I tell black women, okay, it's cool. You want to do the cardio. Yeah, do the cardio just in case you got to run too. But you need to be picking up them weights just in case
Ex-
you got to slam somebody.
that's real.
We need to do a episode on health.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all think it's a game out here. You like, oh, girl, I just got that. I don't care if you just got that sewing. You better wrap it up in a scarf and get to the gym, do some cardio, find something that's going to build you up just in case someone try to try you. Cause trust me, I see them in the gym. I be looking like, I'm in here too. You see what I'm lifting? You see these guns? Oh yeah, I got something for you.
I love it when I'm in the gym and I see some white man lifting in his American flag T-shirt, because you know what he's training for.
Oh yeah, they are training. They're training their little infant children. They even training their kids how to hold the gun.
Yeah.
Go do your Googles on that. Go look at the militias in
Mission.
Michigan.
Yep.
And y'all over here, oh girl, I don't got time. No, you better make time. You better make time. And I was reading reports talking about so many black women do not exercise because of their hair. They don't want to sweat out their hair. Child, if you don't get out of here with that.
Uh, that's all I got to say about
I'm gonna
that.
put that link in the group too. Y'all need to read that. But yes, I know that we're coming up on our time. This was a dope episode.
Yeah.
Really dope episode. Any last words, thoughts, opinion?
Black women, say no to feminism.
And I'm co-signing that. Just say no. And say no to bring your folding chair to the table. Cause that don't make no damn sense what y'all be talking about.
That's that whole black people just so happy to be in the room. Like, no. Mm-mm.
No, because we got enough people shucking and jiving. We don't need no more. We
We
don't
don't
need no more.
we don't need no more Thomasinas, Aunt Jemimas, or Uncle Bens.
No, we don't need that. Definitely not. So yes, thank you all for checking out us. Make sure that you like, subscribe to the podcast, share it with your squad. Make sure you weaponize yourself, as Renee said, across the board. Make sure you're doing your Googles. Make sure you're working out. What else?
Drink your water too.
Yes. I'm sick of people talking about they don't like the taste of water. You better drink your water. We doing the episode on health. We gotta do it. Cause I'm sick of y'all talking about it tastes nasty. What? What you talking about?
Well, guess what? Squeeze a lemon in it. That'll solve all your problems.
Exactly. Get some fruit and infuse your water. Yes. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Anything you have to say?
Nah, man, I think we killed it tonight.
Yeah, we killed it. So love and light to all the listeners. Make sure you like, subscribe, join the podcast, join us on Facebook, the Urban Social Scientists, and we are out. Peace.
Later days.